because I feel like laughing is a part of healing. And I feel like they go hand in hand. When you laugh, you heal. So,
Absolutely.
Brian, introduce yourself.
I am Brian. I am B, and I am what I am. That's the only way. That's the best way for me to describe it. I am what I am, and I just allow spirit to do what spirit wants to do through my life. And yeah, I'm going to stop there because otherwise I would spill into our conversations. Um, but which I think which on tonight because Ashley and I did not talk again. Like we try not to really talk too much because we want it to be authentic. We want you to get the real conversations, right? But tonight I would rather for us to do the cards after the conversation.
Oh, you want to do the cards after?
Yes, because of the nature of this conversation. Because of the nature of this conversation. And I feel like so much is going to come out of it. Like literally, Spirit has been talking to me since yesterday about today. So I can't wait to see it, but I would rather for us to do the cards later.
Well, first, let me shout out my boy who just joined, Realist. Hey, Realist.
All right.
So much support.
Right.
Sagittarius, always holding it down.
Right.
What's up, Realist? Okay, so I guess, you put me on the spot, so I got to just do what I got to do. All right, so if you haven't picked out the title of tonight's topic, we are talking about sacred sexual energy and how it's used to manifest things. Peace and blessings to you.
Yes, peace and blessings.
If you guys are not familiar with sexual sacred energy, everyone has it. It's not something that just women have. It's not something that just men have. Everyone can tap into their sacred sexual energy. And divine feminine energy is so powerful. It's extremely magnetic. And when I say divine feminine, I don't want you to automatically think that I'm talking about women. Or girl. Women. I'm talking about energy. And we all have feminine and masculine energy within us, okay? So it's not just for women. Men can tap into this sexual energy too, because you also have feminine energy in you as well. Men, even if you're macho masculine, you still have some femininity in you, okay?
Yeah.
So let's deep dive into this topic, and I'm going to save the best for I'm saving the coup de grace for last, okay? Because y'all ain't ready for what I'm about to give y'all. And I'm going to just say this once again. If you got cheering, put them kids to bed, all right?
Right.
This is not, some of this is pretty much stuff that they probably heard already, but the coup de grace, the last thing I'm going to mention, no kids need to be hearing, okay?
Okay. Right. Right. This is them late night conversations. When the radio stations play them slow jams that get you in the mood. This is this type of conversation that we're having tonight.
Yes, and really quick, if you guys booked a reading, please remain on after we wrap up the Cards and Conversations episode. I know we had 2 people that booked, or one person that booked already, but I think another person was contemplating. She was wavering whether or not she was going to book or not, I guess based off of what she sees tonight. So if you did book a reading, please make sure that you remain on after we wrap up our podcast, and Brian will conduct your reading for you. And she has opted to use, what does she say? She wants to be in the chat. So she doesn't want to come on. She wants to chat with you. So
okay, that's fine. And I will say this: if you have booked, check your email because I will send an email first. So that we can start off the conversations that way. Just because I don't want to get into doing too much over the phone. I'd rather have it, tracked because the phone will erase messages and all that. I would rather just keep it up. So if you receive an email from there, we will get to the phone. So just an FYI. Yep.
All right. So let's go to into this, all right? So I did take my notes because if you know anything about me, when I talk, I usually go off on tangents and I can go from A to Z really quick. And it's like, Ashley, come back in. Like, we're not even talking about that. So I did take notes. So if you see me looking over to my computer, I took notes because I have a really bad habit of just getting off topic. And like my brother says, taking you all the way around the block when I should have took you next door. Okay, so just bear with me if you see me looking over to my right, which is your left, or your left and my right, because I am reading from my notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything for tonight's topic. All right. So one way that you guys can, well, first of all, I'll say if your life, tangible things, even a type of energy that you guys want to embody by manifesting. And a lot of people have different ways that they manifest. Some people just recite things in their head, they write stuff down, they do candle magic. Whatever works for you, whatever resonates with what works for you, that's fine. But I have some proven bulletproof methods that have worked for me. And I want to share them with you guys because I was the guinea pig. And I tried them out. And over the course of time, they worked for me. They worked for my YouTube. And they have worked thus far. So I definitely want to share with you guys what I have done. And then the last thing I'll share with you guys will be something that, you know, is a little spicy. And you don't have to try it. It's just what I have done, okay? To bring in the energy of abundance. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. So one way to connect with your sacred sexual energy is through the use of crystals. And Brian, you know this because you love your mofo and crystals. Okay. Crystals like rose quartz, carnelian, they are used or known for their ability to enhance sensuality and sexuality and sexual energy. Okay, so I bet you guys didn't know that crystals really do help you enhance your sexuality and bring you into that energy of getting shit started, basically. Okay, so when you meditate with these crystals, just by placing them near your bed or under your pillow, just near you, wherever you are sleeping at or wherever you are meditating at, they can enhance your connection to your own sexual energy. Okay, and they can help you to manifest your desires. And I know a lot of people may probably feel like, okay, well, how do I tap into that sexuality, that sexual energy? Okay, how do I tap into really liking what I see when I look in the mirror, being comfortable wearing practically nothing? How do I tap into that? I got you. Okay, I got you. Okay, because one thing that I have learned that I didn't even know had a connection to sexuality is yoga. And I guess when you look at yoga and when you look at certain people doing certain poses, you're like, yeah, she a freak. They're trying to find like what she's doing in the poses. Because you know, you see some people and they're like doing splits up in the air, and you like, okay, like that person is definitely comfortable with their sexual energy. So yoga, as well as meditation, are powerful tools for harnessing your sexual sacred energy. And they can also connect you and ignite your kundalini energy. And once that starts to spark off, like it's no turning back. Like you are definitely in your sexual energy once your kundalini energy has rise. I'll leave it at that because that's a whole nother topic. We talk about that. That's a whole other topic. You
that is
Google what Kundalini energy is if you're not too familiar with it. But once you have awakened your Kundalini energy, like you are fully tapped into your sexuality. So,
and no, she's not talking about that because I can hear somebody saying, "Oh, she talking about the." No, she's not talking about the kitty cat. She's not talking about that. Now, the kitty cat. Okay, because it kind of sounds like coot, and I'm gonna leave it right there. But no, that's not what you're talking about. Definitely look that up.
I am so done with you, but you never know. People do have their own interpretations of what they have heard and what they have seen. on
Right.
it. Cleared that up.
Right. Like, no.
Let's keep it moving. All right. So, your Kundalini energy lies like dormant on your spine, basically. But when that rises, you be at attention hut. Okay, so I'm gonna need you all, once this live ends, to look that up so you know exactly what Kundalini energy is. All right, and once it reaches your crown chakra, like the top, once it reaches your crown chakra, you are at a state of awareness, and you are at a state of all-knowing, and that's how you can easily manifest things. Because once your Kundalini energy has rose, you know exactly what you need to do to manifest things. It's like an awakening. It's almost like a spiritual. Kundalini energy is like a sexual spiritual awakening. You know how you have your spiritual awakening when you awake to the truth and you figure out, wow, the world is not what I thought it was,
Right.
and this, that, and the third, and now you're all the way down the rabbit hole and you're trying to come up. That's what a Kundalini energy is basically. Like your sexual energy has risen, basically. Okay, so definitely check that out. Now, another way that I have connected with my sexual energy is through rituals, and this is just through things that I do every single day, like clockwork. I don't forget it. Every day I get up, I do this, that, and the third, and I keep a schedule of what I need to do at certain times. And I'm not going to go over what exactly I do, but lighting candles, burning incense, setting intentions, incantations, which is just writing a series of words and reciting them. That can also help you. And just being with a partner that you can create a sacred space with. So if you're trying to manifest with someone, you have to make sure that you're manifesting with someone that you trust, okay, that you know has your best interest, and also that you know is vibrating high. Because one thing you have to remember when you're trying to manifest, you have to be at your highest vibration, okay? Fear is low vibration, anger is low vibration, regret is low vibration, ego, like all of that. Like, you have to make sure that you're of high vibration when you're trying to manifest, okay? It can't be one person's up here and that person's down there. Like, y'all both have to be, on one accord to be able to manifest, okay?
And I also want to add, I just want to add, that's why it's important to have those conversations right before you having sex. Because if both of you are page, you both know where that is about to take you, right? That's why they're like, when you that's why there's a difference between when you're having sex with somebody that I'm just having sex, and then you're really having sex with somebody when you're both on the same page, because you both want the same things. That's why it gets so intense and so in depth, and it just takes you there. It sends you. Okay. And it's because you're both literally on the same page about what you want out of that interaction.
Yeah, that is very true. I'm gonna build off of that because I did a video talking about it on YouTube. Regular sex versus, like, I forget the title, but I was comparing regular sex versus like ethereal sex. Like, ethereal sex is when you are having sex with someone and y'all are in the ethers. Like, you're no longer like in that bedroom or hotel, wherever y'all getting it down at. You're no longer in that space. You are in the ethers having sex. And the aftermath of that, like, I can't even articulate with the English language what that feels like, because you both are vibrating so, like, the kite is already in the ether before you both reach. If that can't make any sense to anyone.
I promise y'all. I promise y'all, there's only one person, and that person knows. I have told them. I said, I don't know what we did, but all I know is that we were levitating. And I didn't realize it. I promise y'all. I did not know when I came to what made me realize that we were was the fact that when we finished my back bed, and I said, wait, what? I was like,
So you were actually in the air. Wow.
And I was like, "Did you realize?" He was like, "No, what you talking about?" I was like, when you took your hand away, I fell on the bed. Like, there's no way that I could have fallen onto the bed unless we were in the air. Like, I can't tell you how I wasn't trying. It just happened. And so, and I haven't really looked more into it because this was before my spiritual awakening. So this was before
Okay.
all of that. So, I've never really explored, but I had to talk to that person. And this conversation was had like last year. I was like, I need to address something with you. Like, what was that? And he was like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, like,
That's what happens to two high vibrating individuals. Like, sex is no longer just basic, you're doing it to climax. Like, when you have high vibrational, ethereal, spiritual sex, you know it's nothing regular about it. It hit different.
right.
That climax hit different.
And
Are we gonna go there already? Are we going there already? Because I ain't even got to the closing round yet.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Can I get through syllabus and then we go there? I mean, damn, you're just trying to just hit them with the good.
No, because you was talking about that. You was talking about that high spiritualness, and I remember that's what happened. And to this day, I really don't know this person's spiritual level. I know that he's spiritual, but I don't know how much. But I do know this, and I don't know if this was the call. The person's Haitian, and that's all I'm gonna say. And we know there's a lot of things that happen with the people in Haiti. Like there's a lot of spirituality that happen. People from the islands, period, because they're a little bit more tapped in than we are in homeland. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I just know that was an experience that happened, and it did take me. We were in that ethereal realm, at least for me, it was anyway. And I was just like, wow, okay. And boom. And to this day, like that's one of the experiences that I always remember because of that situation.
Yeah, but what's sad, Brian, is a lot of people will never experience that. That's sad. Like, a lot of people will be okay with just basic sex the rest of their life, not even knowing that it's a whole other side to that. I
could never. Listen, the fire side of me would never go for mediocrity. Even I don't. Well, I guess we're going to go to this portion of it. But see, I always like fiery people. Always have, always will. If you're a fiery personality, I am attracted like a moth to the flame. It's like you remember in the Jungle Book, the cartoon version, how the cobra, I forgot his name, how he used to have the eyes that hypnotize people. He's like, look into my eye. That's how I am with people with fiery personalities, and it's not so much that I get hypnotized, but it's just like, oh, this is it, because that's matching that internal energy. So again, that's why you got to make sure you're on the same level. Like you can't have a mediocre person and a fiery person, and you expect something banging to happen. Like both of y'all got to be in that fiery space. That's why. So when we talk about the lazy loves, that's why it turns people off, because you're both, once one person's on, one person's like, when you put the light switch in that middle, it's not on, it's not off, it's just I'm here. And it's like, baby, I can't work you on just like I'm on.
Mm-hmm. That is very true. And I will say this until the day I transcend. You have to make sure that you are healed in order to experience this type of intimacy. You have to make sure you're healed. You can't come into the bedroom taking all of this baggage, mental baggage with you, all of this trauma with you. I mean, everybody has trauma. The fact that you know that, what are you doing about it to release it? So once you release that, because everything is attached to you, especially your sexual energy, the root chakra. The root chakra is where you keep everything that has happened to you stored at. All right. So if you're having sex, guess what? That is going into the next person. Okay. So that's why you have to make sure that you are healing. You are doing your daily, you are doing your just due and you're healing yourself so that when you get into bed with someone, you're not transferring that to them.
Right.
Okay. Shall we continue?
Yes.
So remember, like, the key to harnessing sacred sexual energy for manifestation is respect, okay? It's intention, being intentional about what you want. What are you trying to manifest, okay? You can't just say, oh, I want a guy. Well, guess what? You'll get any guy. Universe will send you any guy. You have to be specific or get specific, okay? You got to know exactly what you want. Exactly what you want, and be detailed. Be detailed as possible, guys, because you just don't want any and everything coming into your life, okay?
Right.
That's the first thing.
Because they might send you old Joe up the street with 2 strands of hair and 3 teeth. Because you just said you wanted a man and you want specific, or you wanted a woman and you want specific, you know.
You got to be specific, guys. And this is why they tell you, or they don't tell you this information, because this could really reshape your entire reality. We don't learn this in school. We don't learn this in church. We don't learn this at Job Corps. This is something that you have to seek once you have your spiritual awakening and you see things through a different lens. It's no longer rose-colored lenses. You are honestly seeing life for what it is. So
I have one more. One more thing, because this, as you was talking, this was coming to me. So there's some people that will say, I just want somebody that have this. No. You better be specific genderly too, because that's why some of y'all are attracting people of the same sex, and you're trying to figure out why these people coming to me, because you're calling them. Because you're not being specific. You can't say somebody, because when somebody walks into your life, no matter how they identify, that is why they are coming to you, because you just said you want somebody with these qualities, and somebody with those qualities are coming towards you, whether it is the gender of your preference or not. So that's why you have to genderly be specific. You have to be racially. You have to be height, weight, whatever is going to turn. And if you don't have a hang up on all that, that's fine. That then somebody is good for you. But unless you want a specific type, yeah, you might want to share all of the specifics.
I didn't even think about that. That's very true, because somebody can embody all of those traits and qualities and be someone of the same sex. And let's say that you don't want to date someone of the same sex. That's what the universe sent to you, because you weren't specific in saying, I want a man that has these qualities, or I want a woman that embodies these traits. So that is a great point. I never thought about that. I was always, specific when it came to, okay, this height, this weight, this, but that's very true. Thank you for mentioning that. And that kind of goes hand in hand with being intentional, like being very intentional about what you want, and specific with connecting to that powerful force to amplify your manifestations, okay? And create the life that you desire, because you can create the life that you desire by manifesting. And now the last thing that I want to talk about before you get to your card, since we've had our conversation, is another way that you guys can amplify your manifestations is when you are essentially in the bedroom and you guys are with your significant other and you both are doing the do. Once you guys both, if it happens to be that you guys are both climaxing at the same time, this is when you can shout out to the universe your manifestations. You can shout yours, they can shout theirs, and this is a great way for you guys to amplify your manifestations, because as I said in the beginning, sexual energy is the most powerful force. It's the most powerful energy out there. It's the most powerful energy out there. So think about it. When you guys are doing the do and you're climaxing, reaching that crown chakra frequency, you're shouting out your manifestations to the universe, this is a direct way to source, okay? Now, I don't know if I said that politically correct or not. I was trying not to include any derogatory terminology, but
Right.
basically when you're shouting out your manifestation into the universe. You're shouting it, they're shouting it. It makes it even more amplified when you're shouting it together. If you guys are on one accord and you know exactly what you guys want and you're shouting it together. That is a great way for you guys to both get what you guys both want and to call things into your life. So all I had, I just hope that you guys are harnessing the power of your sexual energy to manifest your deepest desires, okay? Because you can, and I repeat, you can create the life that you want. You can. You can do this, and you can do this expeditiously through sexual energy. Yes. By using sexual energy to manifest what you want. So, Brian, you got the floor. Let's see what cards come out.
And I will say, as I prepare the cards, that one of the things Spirit wanted me to talk to you about is, although we're talking about, the positiveness of this sexual manifestation, to deliver the warning for some of you all. Make sure, as Ashley was stating earlier, that you are clearing out your energy, making sure that you are meditating, make sure you're getting your mental thoughts correct, because you don't want those thoughts that's in the back of your mind to push through while you're manifesting, because it can literally sabotage what you're trying to manifest, right? It could cause chaos and chaotic energy into what you're trying to manifest, and therefore will literally block your blessing, right? Again, when you're manifesting with someone else, you want to make sure that you're both on the same accord. Like, y'all could want two different things, but if you're trying to attract something towards you that is good, say, this is what I want to do with you, right? Okay. I'm laughing because a scripture just came to me in the Bible that says, when there are two or three gathered in my name, there I will also be in the midst, right? Meaning that if more than two people or two people are in agreement on a thing, then it's basically saying that you will manifest that thing, especially if Spirit has that thing for you, right? That's why when two married people are saying, I want to create a child, I want to have a baby, that's a part of that manifestation, is because they both want that child to appear. I'm here. So I want to say that because my mom was told for years that she could not have children, and I am the only male son of both of my parents, biologically, and the only child that my mother has ever had. Now, I do have an older sister. She was adopted, but that's my blood sister still. Okay. But I have to say that to let people know that manifesting is real. And when you truly want something, when you're both in agreement, it will happen in spite of what the doctors say. Because it's important for people to understand that the spiritual world is very strong. It's very ruthless when it comes to giving you the desires of your heart. So when you're trying to manifest, these are the things that Spirit wants you to know, is to be aware that you can also bring in negative energy. And also another reason why you want to make sure you're clearing out all those other energies, you also want to wear something protected. You also want to protect that energy, because you're opening yourself up to the spiritual realm, and you don't want anything dark to attach itself to you as well. So that's another reason why it's important to, like when Ashley was talking about the crystals, if you have crystals with you that's going to block out negative energy, then you don't have to have it on your person, but because it's in that space, it will zap it right on out. So definitely use those crystals, those protecting crystals, the protecting sprays and ointments. Pray if you want to, meditate before the sexual energy. You want to do all those things to make sure that nothing bad is coming out. And child, the cards are coming out, honey. I just started shuffling, And I got one of the tarot cards. I'm not even ready to read the tarot card. I'm gonna do the my oracle card first, but the tarot card is flipping over, and the first one, baby, is real good. It's real good. So let me go ahead and flip the oracle card. It says, "You are guidance." So some of you right now are being guided to take hold and to do some things. There's some things that you have to, you see all the skeletons is there. It's like you have to walk through the skeletons. It's like these are not just people or things that you have slain, but these are some things that were placed before your feet and you feel like you can't get that breakthrough. You feel like you can't manifest right now. And spirit is like, no, you can. You have the tools. You have the tools that can slay anything that's holding you back. You have the tools that can wipe away the past regrets and things. And it's like, it's like, baby, look, you look at her. That's the high priestess. The high priestess is the card of manifestation. She gonna manifest in good times and in bad times. This woman is going to manifest, and the high priestess card is one of the most highest, or is the highest feminine energy that you could ever embrace. If you think about women, the reason why it's important to embrace that side of you men is, especially if you guys are out here trying to manifest things, it's important to understand that the female body is literally made for producing. Literally. That is why women can have children, right? So if you're trying to manifest something, it means that you are trying to birth something from out of yourself. You're birthing stuff from the spiritual side into the physical realm, literally. And that is why, men, it is important for you to embrace this side of you. Um, Now, as we get into the actual tarot cards, hold on, let me go back. Well, okay, after this, okay. As we get into the tarot cards, the first card that came out was the Four of Wands, celebration, family. What are you getting ready to celebrate? It's something. It lets me know automatically that there is something that you're trying to manifest that's going to happen for you, that's going to cause you to celebrate not only yourself but celebrate this thing. Oh, I thought it was two cards, three cards. The next card to come out is the Three of Wands, which is the other thing, which is the other thing about manifesting. After you have done this act of the sexual manifesting part, you got to start expecting that thing to happen, because you can't go into oh, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to get my mind right, I'm going to have this sexual good time and manifest this thing, and then you stop looking for it. No, the next thing, you got to expect your blessing to come. This woman is like, okay, I did this thing, I did the boom boom, I'm celebrating, and now I'm waiting for it to manifest. I'm waiting for that next wave to come. I'm waiting for that wave to come in. The third card to come out, the moon. Sometimes a part of manifesting something is not knowing where it's going to come from, how it's going to come to you. Sometimes you're not even going to see it. Sometimes you're going to forget about that thing, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to come. So the moon card is known for hidden things. And I'm literally hearing for some of you, you're going to manifest something in the late night hour. So you're going to be looking for it during the daytime, and it's going to come at night. Like, it's going to be that unexpected package that arrives, and you're going to open your door. It's like, oh my gosh, where did this come from? I didn't order anything. Right. Or I wasn't expecting this delivery to happen this soon. It's going to come in that late night hour. The next, Seven of Cups, options. Some of you are manifesting options because the things that you want is, there are things that you want, and then there are things that spirit want you to have. And you have to choose, you have to figure out what you're going to choose. No matter what you choose, you're going to be happy, right? You're manifesting options. And I know typically with this card, they said you're gonna with the Seven of Cups, like it goes along with your happiness and choosing what things make you happy, and making sure that you understand that you can also manifest bad things, right? But since we're talking about manifesting good things, Spirit wants you to know that something may look bad at first, but it's actually good. So if you manifest something and it looks bad, it starts to look bad, it's actually a good thing because you don't know how it's going to turn out. And that's the energy that I've been in this week. Sometimes uh, not personally, but just the energy that I've been seeing. Like something will look bad, but then it's like po- uh, post that thing happening, looking back on it, it was actually a blessing in disguise, right? That's what I'm talking about. It looks bad now, but in the future, what is it going to be? The bottom of the deck is the Hierophant, baby. It's God sent.
My favorite card.
It's God sent. Like you're gonna be happy because Spirit is literally saying, "Look, I'm gonna give you the desires of your heart because you're tapping in. I'm gonna manifest. I'm gonna have you to laugh."
I love that card. That's my
Um,
favorite card of it. That and Temperance card are my two favorite cards.
right. And so I forgive me. I forgot I'm on two cameras, so I have to show my other family the cards because I want them to understand that this manifesting is coming. I want you to understand. So going back to the oracle cards, where you are the high priestess. Now the bottom of this deck says Ancorita, and it says solitude. And what does that look like?
Look like a witch.
Not just the witch, but not just the witch. Um, but it's also hold on because I just have I'm having a mind fart right now, so forgive me. Um, it's gonna come to me. It's also giving me the same energy of that you're being guided. I always get I don't know why I cannot think. So forgive me on this good live. Um, hold on, because I want you to see this card, and I want to make sure that I say the right name. But it goes along with the Hierophant, meaning you're going to be guided on some things. It is giving me the Hermit too, but that's what it is, the Hermit card, because it's like for some of you, you've been in waiting for so long that you're getting that energy. So and I wanted you to see this because you see like the light that's in this hand in the child's hand. It's like I'm waiting. And this person has been waiting so long that the plants are now growing. With the Hermit card, that is that waiting card. That is this Three of Wands energy, but to the utmost extent. So it's saying that for some of you, you really have been waiting a long time for some of these things to happen. Some of you have been like manifesting things and not realizing that you're manifesting things, which could be the reason why that person is all of a sudden calling you back. And it's like, why is this person calling me back? Because maybe you have been thinking about this person. You've been thinking about the times, the pleasant times that you have been having. You thought about it, and I looked over to my left, a reflection of myself. Looked so good, I had to catch my breath. Oops. You manifested that person.
Telepathy is B. Let them know how powerful
It is
telepathy is.
real.
Or think of someone, they're gonna start thinking about you. That's why you think of someone and your phone rings and it's
Right.
them. Like telepathy is powerful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, it doesn't matter how long ago it has been. If once you call that person in that state of mind, at that state, that level of consciousness, that person is going to contact you. And if that person does not have your number, they're going to contact a mutual friend. And child, let me tell you, do you know who asked about you the other day?
Hmm?
That's where these come up. Guess who I saw the other day, and they flagged me down. They wanted to get your number. They wanted to do this, and I didn't give it to them. But unless you want me to give it to them, that type of energy that happens because something, and it could be vice versa too. right? That person could be trying to manifest you in doing things. And then all of a sudden you're just like, wow, I'm thinking about this person. I am not trying to think about this person. Not today. And it could not, and that's not necessarily you, but it's that person trying to manifest you back.
Right. Let them know. Telepathy is very powerful. And I think a lot of our ancient ancestors use telepathy. You know, language is relatively new. When we used to talk to one another, we used telepathy.
It was that look across the room.
Right, exactly. So keep that in mind. Language is still relatively new. Our ancient ancestors used telepathy. We spoke in dreams. But in order for them to understand what we were planning and what we had going on up top here, they had to create language. Okay, language was created to control. We didn't need language back in the day. Okay?
Right.
Now I'm trying to find my notes, Brian. So don't mind me. So I have the person who booked the reading. I'm trying to find her name. So just
okay. But yes. So, and while she's doing that, are there any questions? What are some reflections that you all have? I haven't really seen too many conversations tonight or things in the chat. So feel free to put some things.
Rare because usually people are popping off in the chat.
Right.
You know, it's 12, it's 11 there, but it's 12 here. So I said that when I came on. I said, I know that a lot of people aren't going to, because we get so many views after we post the video.
Yep.
Like I've noticed that just recently, after we post, we get like 100 views within the hour. So I think a lot of people, maybe a little, she's like, I'm tired. Maybe a little tired. I was going to say that.
Uh-oh.
So I think a lot of people, maybe a little, she's like, I'm tired. Maybe a little tired. I was going to say that. Maybe a little tired. So, Ryan, where'd you go? What happened?
Oh my God.
So, Ryan, what you did to him? You just completely kicked off when you said you're tired. Yeah, we lost him. There he is. Let's bring him back.
You see how the folks do me? They start talking, then they kick me out of the chat. I said,
and I can't even see you now. I can't see you.
Oh wow.
Okay. That's all right. As long as they can see you and see me, that's all that matters. I found the information I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's online. Laya, if you're online, Liyah. If you're online, please go ahead and drop it in the chat. You can see him, Sarai. Okay, good. As long as y'all can see him, that's all that matters. I know last time we did our live, I could not see him, but once I posted it, I saw that I could see him. So as long as you can see him and I can see him, that's all that matters. Or as long as you guys can see him and see me, that's all that matters. 5 minutes to see if Liyah is in the live. Drop us a comment, something, let us know what you're in so that we can start, so that Brian can start your reading.
Yeah.
Because he's ready. I hope she didn't forget about tonight. She may have forgotten about it. Let's see her. Trying to go back through all of the people that are on.
Yep. Oh.
Do you see her in the live, Brian?
I don't. Thank you.
Contact you
Yeah.
after, but she's already paid, so I hate for her to
Yes.
not get her money, but maybe Yeah, we added the live reading, so people are able. Oh, Brian, drop it. Can you drop it in the chat? Your information to book a live, to book a reading.
Let me see.
You have that link. Go ahead and drop
Actually,
it, and I'll pin it.
I don't know if I can drop it via my phone because it'll kick me out again. But if you do go to my page, I do. The link is right underneath my page. It's at the top of my page. Yep.
Okay, so the link is in Brian's bio, guys. If you heard that, if you want to book a reading for next week, Tuesday, 11/11. Typically we do them after. Is that her? No, that's not her.
But yes.
Okay.
We can
typically we're going to start doing the readings after we wrap up the podcast. So it'd be after. Usually I do, or Brian usually does the cards first, then we do conversations. And after the conversations, we'll do the readings moving forward. That'll be the protocol. But I don't think that Laya is on. So what we'll do is I'll reach out to her, Brian, or you can if you have her information, and we'll reschedule. And we'll see if she wants to come on next week. If not, then I guess you can do a private reading for her. But if she's okay and comfortable coming on, I would, like for her to come on live just so other people can see that, this is a service that we offer now to do readings online. So yes, this is something that we are doing now, Soraya. So if you know someone that wants a reading, send them our way. Send them Brian's way, because we're doing readings now after our show wraps up. So, all right, well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap the show up. I'll go ahead and post it. It'll be on my page for those of you guys who weren't able to catch it tonight. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Cards and Conversations, episode 9, where every episode unfolds a deck of intriguing discussions. So we'll be back here next week, same time, same place, Tuesday, 11/11 Eastern Standard Time. You won't want to miss it. We're going to save the topic for next week.
Right.
All right, so stay the topic for next week. And thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you here
next
week. Okay.
Bye. And thank you all for tuning in. It's still going on. Thank you all for tuning in. And I also look forward to getting some things from you all as well. So feel free to comment. I do get a notification if someone has commented or not. So whenever you reach this and you would like a reading, I can send you the link as well. So if you want to post your email or some way for me to contact you, or just say, hey, I would like another reading, or I would like to have a reading, definitely look me up. It's under Creative Energy, CREATUVE _INNERGY. And I'm actually going to put that in the chat as well for you to kind of follow me. So I just put that in the chat. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can. And these are my only, well, I have another channel. But other than that, for this space, those are the only 2 platforms that you can find me on. So you all be well, and I look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Bye-bye.